If you're filling your water tanks from campground spigots, water stations, wherever, you're gonna wanna have something in between that. And today I'm gonna be installing a 3-stage water filter as it's raining on me right now. So let's get into it. My test subject here. All right, we are now kicking on the plumbing.
Red light, come on.
Guaranteed for nothing, but it's pumping. Oh my God. So oh, we got a leak, we got a damn leak. What's good, guys? My name's Ian and I'm converting this Dodge ProMaster to be completely livable in. And today we're tackling our water filtration system. I'm actually so excited to get this thing in because there's nothing I hate more than buying a million water bottles. So this is going to be the ultimate fix. But before I get into that, I want to let you guys know that GoBlu Tech has sponsored this video and they shot us out this super awesome product. So big thank you to GoBlu Tech for sponsoring this video. I'm gonna have a code at the end if you guys decide you want this product. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into how this thing works and what it does. All right, so first things first is as soon as you get it out of the package, it looks amazing. Everything is put together. Fittings are all connected and ready to go. So all you really need to do is mount the thing and then connect it up to your plumbing. It's as simple as that. And that said, I'm gonna show you exactly how I mount it and integrate it into my own plumbing system, which uses 1/2-inch PEX B. Also, something you wanna consider that 3 GPM, gallons per minute, is what is suited for this filter. So this is made more for van lifers and people who live out on the road. So the filter we're installing is the GoBlu TRIO XLT 3-stage water filter. There is a UV one, but I decided to do a different one in here. Straight out the box, you get your 3-stage filter and this little key. You're gonna stick this in the hole on the side and you're gonna unscrew it and you're gonna be able to replace your filters. Straight out the box though, you don't have to do anything. In about 4 months, if you're using it consistently, you're gonna need to replace your filters. That said, it is a pretty light filter as well. If you look on the market, there's a lot of heavy ones. And to me, that was really important when looking for a water filtration system. It's gonna be mounted on this 1/2-inch plywood here and into another furring strip. So I wanted to get one that's somewhat light. This one is about 9 pounds total. All right, so now you're wondering why a 3-stage water filter? Why not just one filter for it to go through? I'm about to tell you exactly why. So with this 3-stage filter, it has the 3 stages, obviously. Stage 1, your sediment filter. So this catches the physical stuff like rust, sand, scale, dirt, all that stuff. So basically the things that you can't see but is still in your water, it catches that first stage. And it's important that this goes before it so that the rest of your filters don't get clogged up. Also, a quick interruption. This filter goes before your UV filter. So UV comes last in your line to your mouth. So through the 3-stage, through the UV, through the faucet. If you skip this filter though, all of those particles will go through your carbon filter and it's not gonna get filtered. It's gonna run your filters short as well if you didn't have this. So pretty much a filter that should last 4 months only lasts about 1 because you don't have a sediment. That's why the 3-stage filter system is so important and crucial to having clean and drinkable water. So think about it like this. You're at a nightclub. You pull up to a nightclub, all right? You got a bouncer who's the doorman. That is the sediment filter. He's not letting no underage kids in. No creepy weirdos are getting through. The doorman, the sediment filter. Stage 2 is your 0.2 micron. And this is pretty much like the security inside of the nightclub, you know? There's still creepy weirdos getting through, you know? Sometimes the sediment filter, it can't get the small little guys. So that's what the 0.2 micron comes in hand. The little guys aren't getting through. The security will catch them in the club and they'll kick them out. Typical RV inlines are at 20. This one is at 0.2. Think about how small that is. It's smaller than a piece of this hair. Thinner, I mean. So just putting that into perspective, it filters out the tiny particles. At this stage, you're filtering out small bacteria like E. coli, Giardia, Salmonella, microplastics, the super tiny stuff that you can't see at all. I actually just had to look it up. I couldn't even pronounce it and remember because they're such crazy things that you wouldn't think about. But yeah, that blocks it and won't allow it to get into your last stage filter, which is your third stage, your carbon filter. This is your tasty filter. So when it goes through that, it tastes a lot better than straight out of the campground faucet. You know, you can kind of taste the metally stuff. Oh, we got a bug that just landed on the camera. But anyway, this is the activated carbon filter. It has a coconut shell on the inside. Think of this nightclub version. These are the bottle girls, the bartenders, the DJs. These guys are here now to make sure you're having a good time, enjoying your time at the club, and making things tasteful. So pretty much it just kills all of the chlorine and all of the nasty water spigot taste that you typically get from your campground water fills. So it makes things taste a lot better. But yeah, that's the 3-stage. After it goes out there, it goes through the rest of your system and into your mouth. So let's go ahead and get into how I put this thing into my cabinet. Okay, so first things first, we need to dry fit our filter back here. I'm gonna be mounting it in the back, and I got some wooden blocks to stack it up a little bit. So I've got my drain out of the way. This is where my filter is going to live now. So I'm also being mindful of my UV filter, which is going to be mounted directly right here. Behind this cabinet, there is a furring strip right there. So when I screw into there, it's going to bite there, and then I'm going to have another piece of wood right behind this one. And you want to keep in mind that you're going to need to remove these eventually to get new ones. So make sure you have enough clearance here to unscrew it and pull it and take it out. All right, now that we got our location verified, we're gonna go ahead and mark and screw in and mount this filter. All right guys, so here's everything I'm using to connect my plumbing lines over there. So I'm gonna be using PEX B to plumb my system. So I have some cutters and some crimpers and some elbow joints and some 1/2-inch PEX B crimps. And of course, Teflon tape. So I'm gonna be utilizing all of this stuff to make my plumbing system fully functional. It is extremely hot out here, guys. I swear to God, this is how I film my videos right now. I'm dying out here, so follow the journey. I'm doing this to make things easier for y'all. All right, it is time for our final PEX crimp right here. All right, she is done. All right, guys, time to start the plumbing now. Okay. All right, so we got paper towels running all throughout all of our plumbing. At every joint and connection point, we have a paper towel. That way, when we kick it on, we can see if there's any leaks. Praying there's not, but you know how this goes. You are on sink duty. You are on plumbing duty.
Where's that?
And then visually inspect all fittings for weeping before pressurizing. Right?
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear
fill
noises.
It up and then look at it.
All right, so now we're gonna kick on our plumbing system, and we need to ensure we do a couple of things first. Like if you have a sink, make sure you turn it on so that way all of the air and pressure is going out of here. And also make sure all of your shutoff valves are open and not closed. You don't want to cause unnecessary pressure within the system. And yeah, let's fire it up. Ready? Let's do it. Just gotta turn the switch. Oh, speaking of fans, let's kick this guy on. All right, you'll be getting a fan on you now. All right, you ready?
Is the light on?
Nothing.
Okay, hang on.
All right, we are now kicking on the plumbing.
Red light, come on.
Guaranteed for nothing. Take number 100. That's hot, but it's pumping.
Okay.
Okay, all right, everyone be on the lookout. Holy shit. There's water going through everything right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude, all of the filters are getting filled up. So oh, we got a leak. We got a damn leak. Oh, I didn't even crimp that on.
Oh. Well, that's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Squirt out of there, why don't you?
fine.
Here. No more leaks. No more leaks. What?
It's coming out.
Oh! Holy. It's hard to get them all, you don't know until you... All right, so I've since made a couple changes to my system and I want to show you what I did. All right, so here is an outlook of the whole system. So we've got our cold water coming in up here. We've got a shutoff valve right there and then into our 3-stage filter system. So it's going through all these and then as you can see right here, so it comes down into a little elbow and into a push to connect because I was having a few problems with my UV filter. There was a couple leaks, but I have since fixed it. And now what I'm doing is using this heavy duty hosing. So this is actually meant for hot water heaters, but it works flawlessly and there's 0 leaks. So this goes through our UV filter and then this goes through the hose again and then push to connect up here. And then this threads on directly into our faucet. So that's how our system works. So I hope this gives you a little bit better understanding of how our system is flowing. All right, so now I'm going to show you our final step, which is going to be flushing and testing our water. So when you do this, you're pretty much flushing out all that loose carbon in the air that is stuck in your pipes. It's a good idea to do this for 5 to 10 minutes just to get all of that out, but my test subject here.
Just bubbles in it. There's nothing really in there.
We're really doing a water review right now. Does it taste filtered? Good?
Yeah. Just
What's
tastes like water to me.
Does it taste like hose water? Because that's what this is essentially.
No. Doesn't taste like
Well,
hose
she
water.
survived, so.
I'll start dying.
This is what I'm going to be drinking every day. All right, so that's how you do your 3-stage water filter. I'm going to make a couple more videos on my plumbing system and how I set all of that up, but that's going to be in a later video. It's going to take me a little bit longer, but I hope this video was helpful for you guys. You can check out some of these other ones right here. And also, like I promised at the beginning, there's a 7% off of these filters. If you click the link in the description below, you can pick up this same filter or something else that suits your needs the best. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.